wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom. I welcome you to Skolante TV, where we bring to you news that concern the restoration of Biafra and freedom all over the world. Recent terrorist attack is tip of iceberg unless Nigerian government negotiates with bandits. Sheikh Gumi, Chief of Defense Staff, asks EFCC to track funders of terrorism in Zoogaria to end insecurity. Sahara reporters. All these and many more you will be hearing in this video. Recent terrorist attack is tip of iceberg unless Nigerian government negotiates with bandits, Sheikh Gumi says. The scholar who said this during an interview section with Cries television, which Sahara reporters monitored on Friday morning, insisted that persistent military attacks on the terrorists were responsible for their latest lack of sympathy on Nigerians they adopted. An Islamic cleric, Sheikh Gumi, has again claimed that there is no military solution to end the insecurity problems Nigeria is currently facing. The scholar who said this during an interview section with Arise News TV, which Sahara reporters monitored on Friday morning, insisted that persistent military attack on the terrorists were responsible for their latest lack of sympathy on Nigerians they adopted. He added that the Nigerian government should emulate how the United States government negotiated with the Taliban terrorists by also having a dialogue with the bandits to prevent the insurgents in the country. He said, "This thing, banditry, is turning into something else. We are turning them into monsters. More monsters as what they are. They are ignorant. They don't have direction. They don't have leadership. They don't have empathy now because of the way we treat them too. We don't care when we burn them, when we burn their children and women. In fact, this very recent incident is just a tip of an iceberg." Hey, Zoo, what has been happening in the bush until we change our tactics and allow people who know these politicians? I am tired of them. I was a military man myself, but I don't think there is a military solution. In fact, I think it is humiliating military to think that the military should take care of civilian insurgency. What we need is a very good detective work, very good policing, very good social program. We should leave our military off these issues. Our military knows fire for fire, and these people do not have the firepower. They hid behind the civilians and do whatever they do. So don't let us humiliate and disgrace our military. This is not their job. This is the job of politicians. This is the job of the police. This is the job of intelligence. In fact, I believe no ransom should be paid. I believe that. But engage these people. Give them hope. But not only in these children's cases, but holistic. I heard when one military man said it is turning into a war. I am so sad to see that they are now realizing that it is turning into a war. It has been war since. It has been ethnic war. It has been class war. It is not just more than criminality. We have to accept that. If we can see Israel and Hamas exchanging prisoners, I don't see why we can't negotiate. If Americans can negotiate with the Taliban, I don't see why we can't do the same either. That's what he's saying. They foreign governments can't impose on us their own ideas when behind the door they also negotiate with the terrorists. So my people, you can see that Sheikh Gumi is actually telling us that giving all the excuses while they should protect and negotiate with the terrorists. I believe some of you heard the demands from those terrorists, and Sheikh Gumi is actually trying to say that the Nigerian government should negotiate and give them what they want or something. If it happens to be an Igbo man or somebody from the south, okay, especially Igbo, or should I say a Biafran, because even if you are Akwa Ibom, South, most times they treat everybody the same, right? So they actually have a little bit of soft, treatment with the Yorubas. It's not like the way they treat the people from our own region, right? This is happening in Nigeria. Nobody has called for the head of this man. No EFCC, no DSS calling him, summoning him to come to Abuja. Even he may be in Abuja, even gallivanting and doing whatever he is doing. Nobody is even calling. This person knows so much about these terrorists and he is working freely. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who never did anything with terrorism, they are holding him while a terrorist himself is still on the national television negotiating for the bandits, giving example with the foreign countries, using America as a case study. While America negotiating with the Taliban was not done in America, the Taliban were in Afghanistan, so American came as a help to try to stop what was going on, not in America. Okay, so this case is that these people are in the same country. It's terrible. But amidst all this, you'll be shocked to hear what now happened. The Northerners now are saying, but before that, let us hear what Musa has to say, because Gumi is saying that this is not a military issue. Okay, now Musa has been lamenting about help, so let us hear what Musa says. Chief of Defense Staff asks EFCC to track founders of terrorism in Nigeria to end insecurity. This, he said, was one of the means to curb terrorism globally, while urging the EFCC to help in tracing funds related to terrorism. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, I believe you guys will still recall that this guy has been missing He is being the one calling Simon Ekpa and lamenting up and down. Christopher Musa has called on the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) to track terrorism funding in the country. This, he said, was one of the means to curb terrorism globally, while urging the EFCC to help in tracing funds related to terrorism. A statement on Friday by the Director Defense Information, Brigadier General Toko Kasao, stated that the CDS spoke when the executive chairman of the EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, visited him in Abuja. Musa also described the legal system of the country as soft, lamenting that the system was delaying the prosecution of suspects. According to him, the delay experienced in the prosecution of suspects had become one of the major challenges for the military. The statement partly read, the CDS called for the tracking of terrorism funding in Nigeria, being one of the non-kinetic means of fighting terrorism across the globe. The CDS further informed the chairman of the anti-graft body that AFN synergizes with the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited and other stakeholders to fight oil thefts in the country. He lamented that the issues of blocking loopholes brought about by the siphoning of oil and the soft legal system which delays the prosecution of suspects have been major challenges. The CDS also called for the installation of closed-circuit television cameras at strategic locations, adding that it would help in the fight against crime in the country. He harped on the use of sensors and installation of closed-circuit television cameras in strategic points to contain cases of corruption, terrorism, and other forms of insecurity in the country, said Musa. He noted that the military had zero tolerance for corrupt practices. The AFN adopts the proceedings of a general court-martial to checkmate culpable personnel, the CDS added. Musa, however, urged the EFCC boss to encourage public office holders and other Nigerians in positions of authority to uphold good governance, to forestall economic breakdown and insecurity. Speaking, Olukoyede stated that the war against corruption must be won as the menace had destroyed the nation's economy and at the same time dented the image of the country. He warned that if drastic measures were not taken, the country would be put into jeopardy in the next 10 years. As a means to mitigate the menace caused by corruption and insecurity, the chairman posited that cognitive responsibility has to be embraced by the military and other security agencies, adding that the war against corruption should be seen as everybody's business. Furthermore, he said EFCC, the military, and other security agencies have to join forces in fighting corruption statements added. So my people, in the other hand, Sheikh Gumi, the terrorist negotiator, has been calling for Nigerian government to go and negotiate with the terrorists, okay, telling the military to back down, that the terrorists are not what they should be going for, that those people are nice people and all that. Now, these people in the other side, Musa, is calling on EFCC and all the intelligence bodies to go and start checking the people that are sponsoring this, terrorists. But do you know what happened as Musa is crying for this one? The Northern Forum Council will now shock you what they said. Let us go there in a jiffy. The Northern leaders asked Tinubu to support Sheikh Gumi to negotiate with terrorists who adopted school pupil. So let us read it in details. NEF spokesman Abdul Aziz Suleiman in an interview said Gumi may be able to secure their release and prevent future adoption, Punch reports. The Northern Elders Forum, NEF, has stated that it supports plans by Kaduna-based Muslim cleric Sheikh Gumi Ahmed to engage in dialogue with bandits. They are not bandits, those are terrorists, okay, who abducted about 287. My people, how can somebody carry such a number of people without police people intercepting or the military people intercepting? As in that Zoogaria now, police is no longer the force that actually deal with the day-to-day activities. The militaries are now in everywhere, so they should have encountered or where are the intelligence that they claim they have for you to know that these things are just planned? The same people are doing these things. 287 school children. Hey, no interception. It's terrible. To engage in dialogue with terrorists who adopted about 287 school children from Kurika Government Secondary and LEA Primary School in the Shikun local government area of Kaduna State. NEF spokesperson Abdul Aziz Suleiman in an interview said Gumi may be able to secure their release and prevent future adoption, Punch reports. In less than 24 hours, insurgents adopted 200 internally displaced women in Borno and 287 pupils and teachers from the two schools in Kaduna. The terrorists reportedly invaded Korika, shooting at their targets before whisking away the pupils and teachers from the schools. In a bid to secure their release, the prominent Islamic scholar had urged President Bola Tinubu to allow him to negotiate with the bandits. He had also urged the president not to repeat the mistake made by former President Muhammadu Buhari, who refused to dialogue with the bandits. But the federal government on Wednesday said it would not pay a dime as a ransom for the release of school children. adding that they would be brought back to safety. Suleiman said Gumi should be supported to bring about a peaceful resolution to the crisis in Kaduna. According to him, negotiating with bandits did not mean condoning their actions or granting them impunity, adding that it was a strategic move to de-escalate the situation and save the lives of victims. He said, while some may question the legitimacy of negotiating with criminals, it is important to consider the potential benefit of engaging in dialogue. In conflict resolution, dialogue is often seen as crucial to finding peaceful solutions. By engaging with the bandits, Gumi may be able to understand their grievances and motivations, which could potentially lead to the safe release of the adopted children. Additionally, opening lines of communication with the bandits could pave the way for addressing underlying issues such as poverty, lack of education, and marginalization that contribute to the circle of violence. Speaking further, Suleiman said, Moreover, pursuing a dialogue with the bandits does not necessarily mean condoning their actions or granting them impunity. It is a strategic move to de-escalate the situation and protect the lives of the innocent victims. By initiating talks, Gumi may be able to secure the release of the school children and potentially prevent future adoption. While dialogue with bandits may seem controversial, it can be a necessary step in resolving conflicts and ensuring the safety of hostages. Gumi's intention to engage in dialogue should be supported as a means to bring about peaceful resolution to the crisis in Kaduna. My people, if you see these northern people, the way they support each other, even if they are killing somebody, you will see how they will systematically, intelligently, as in skillfully support the person. This is the way they did during the time of this criminal police. They supported him. And before you know it, they cooked stories and denied United States for arresting him. Extradition to United States was stopped because they supported him. All of the northerners, they came out. Okay, they come out to support their super cop. But in Southeast, your own people will be the ones that will go and carry those useless people and come and kill everybody. Even if it is a mother with children, they don't care. They will kill. And you bring a stranger to kill your own people, the stranger will kill them with impunity without even feeling for them. Sometimes even the stranger will be feeling for your own people, and our own people will be so heartless. This is so sad. Is a very big, is something that sometimes I can't even understand. I can't fathom why our people are so mean. So mean. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was shouting that this will be happening, what he shouted is what is going on today. All those things are happening. Our PM has been telling us how these people are crying that our military is been dealing with these people that are messing them up, and you think is a joke, because if not, they are having so much kidnaps. In fact, in a day they kidnapped almost 500 people. Okay, but no military presence in those places. What they are doing is packing them down to the east. They will bring them, they will call the people that are fighting for their freedom the terrorists. Okay, but these ones that are kidnapping innocent children, murdering people every day, they say they are bandits. You see, they understand the usage of these words, but our own gullible people don't even care. What they only care about is their money, how to make money, how to achieve whatever they want to achieve. They don't care. So my people, this story got me, and I said I will bring it up, and it's so sad what is going on. But our hope is that we are having a very, very important journey that we are making, and the person piloting this journey is someone that has been trained by another person that is very, very determined, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our supreme leader had trained many of us, but one man came out who is now the dragon himself, the prime minister himself. So he is now piloting the affairs of Biafra. So he is unshakable man. That is just the hope, and our grateful to God for that. If not, there is no hope anywhere. No hope. No hope. But we thank God for giving us hope. So let our people know that we're gonna support this mission, so that we will be free and have a home where we will make sure that things work very, very well. I will be ending it here. If you have not subscribed to this channel, do well to click the subscribing button and press that bell icon, so anytime I drop a video you'll be notified. Other than that, I say peace out.